Welcome to another episode of Champagne Dreams. I'm Stephanie, and this is my friend
Darryl, Dwayne.
What's up, Darryl?
Hey,
Ooh,
what's going on?
I'm loving this new look. It's my first time seeing this look.
You
This is
like it?
the look.
You like it?
Come
Like,
on, Cisco. You think you know Cisco vibe?
yo, it's like in high school. They used to kind of like bat that when I had a shortcut, a brush cut. That's what I used to go. But thank you. Like, I literally like this is my Afro-punk look. So Afro-punk. I don't know what's going on in Brooklyn if we're doing it this year or not.
Probably ain't happening. Nothing happening.
And that's what I figured, right? So I was like, let me experiment while I'm in quarantine, see if I like it, and you know,
smart.
I can figure out whether because then I can always adjust before I got to go back into the office. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, I work for an art space, so
so you're good.
Yeah. So you know, but ultimately, I'm like, I do like how it came out, and have my friends validate it. Like
it looks so good. It's so you. It's so you.
Oh, appreciate that's love. See, y'all got to get some more love in your life. When people roll with you, they tell you the truth. I appreciate that.
So look, okay, I want to get right into it. It's the holiday weekend.
It is.
Tomorrow, Verzuz is having a special like Memorial Day edition. Jagged Edge and 112. I am so hyped, but a monkey wrench has kind of been thrown into it where Darryl and Q from 112 are not participating in it because of some legal battle. I'm like, they were like the main
and Q had a lot of the runs, and he also has some
everything.
Like, and Darryl was that you know, he was the bass or that vocal.
They're like Beyonce and Kelly, you know what I'm saying, of the group. I don't know. It kind of makes me like, I'm like, I don't like. Am I less excited now knowing that? I don't know. Maybe something will change. I mean, between today and tomorrow.
It just tells me I need to root for Jagged Edge.
I mean, I'm a Jagged Edge, like,
because they both hot.
But we talking about music, like, okay, ultimately, I'm a Dru Hill, like Dru Hill. But okay, between like
Baltimore,
I love Jagged Edge for sure. I love their songs, but like, none of them are like, how do I say this? Like super extraordinary singers. You know what I'm saying? Like none of them. Does that make sense?
They were the singing group where like, so I mean, you do got levels, right? I think there's always levels. Like I can't discount them because again, I haven't accomplished anything that they have.
And I love Jagged Edge. I really do.
Like, let's get married. Let's be clear. Meet me at the altar. Like they were the first ones to turn Beyonce into a video vixen. Let's be clear. Before she was a video vixen, like she like, you know, and then Case followed up with the alley. Right. But I say that to say, see, you know, y'all history. But I say that to say, like, you know, ultimately, like both groups are phenomenal, but Jagged Edge was like the around the way group that they could sing and hold it down. They won all the talent shows locally. But I feel like Dru Hill was the group that when you went to the Apollo, there was a group that was going to bring it home, you know, because they were singing, not to negate Dru, because you can't negate the talent, but to say that because they're all good, like even 112, like that was the group. So me and my singing group back in the day modeled ourselves.
Wait. You had a singing group? How did I not know this? I didn't even know you could sing.
I mean, because
I've never heard you sing. Like, not even.
God, really? Now I'm going to have to sing something for you. Like, I feel like, so, yeah, like, I was in a singing group back in high school. Low-key.
Wait. I knew you professionally danced for artists. Like, you went on tour with, like, Monica and Ashanti and all them. But you had a singing group?
I literally was in a singing group out of Virginia Beach. Well, we were a mix. I was from Norfolk, obviously. You know, I wasn't nobody from Virginia Beach, but I was from Norfolk, so you know the ratchet one, Norfolk. But with Norfolk, I think Portsmouth and Virginia Beach. So, and our manager was located, and our manager and the guy that pretty much ran our career for my junior and senior year of my high school life was they were based in Virginia Beach, and we literally were like my life at that point was working my 2 jobs. And leave in school and going right after school and before and after my 2 part-time jobs, going to singing rehearsals to rehearse with my group. So our boy group, okay, don't laugh. So my boy group's our band name was YGB, and it was an acronym for Young Gifted Brothers. Meanwhile, any of my group members that are out there, what's good? I'm still here. I'm still thriving, right? If y'all want to reunite. But low key, so
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing like at that. I'm like blown away that you had us.
And when I tell you, like, this is at the time when Dru Hill had first dropped their first album, right?
So y'all thought y'all was Dru Hill.
We was a combo of 112, Dru Hill,
Jagged.
And if you could like ball that all up, because of course I've always been the dancer, always been about dancing, so I was the one that was ready. I was here with it, right?
Okay.
And and then the other guys were young like me as well at the time, and we all had our strengths. Now, I didn't take lead all the time, obviously, because
wait, was your strength singing?
My strength was singing. I want just dancing in the background. Like I want one of those.
There's different levels in groups. It's like there might be a lead where it's
Let's be clear, there is.
That's nice. Somebody's like, ooh, like when you the ooh person or the last night person.
I was there in the middle. I wasn't quite the ooh, but I wasn't also last night, right?
You were singing. You were singing second fiddle to the lead.
Second fiddle to the lead. That was the Kelly Rowland of the group. I'm sorry. No. Kelly goes hard. Let me not even play. Like, because this is not y'all know Kelly and Beyonce. Look, let's be clear. Michelle, they all sing well. But I'm just saying, like, I was not the lead of the group.
You were the full package.
We were the full package. I myself, who would be the breakout? If I was the breakout, it would be because of controversy. It wasn't because our dancing talent.
But you wouldn't have been the breakout singer.
Maybe because I approached the song in a different manner. But I was the ooh yeah guy. I was the ooh yeah, get the crowd excited. I can hit high notes and I can hit. You have to know your strengths. You have to know. So my mom used to always joke around. She was like, so even, and this is your family. Your family, if they don't keep it real with you, then you know. So my mom would be like, there's a difference. You have, and again, this is not to negate any talented artist's talent, because two artists I'm about to mention are super talented. But let's be clear, there is a distinction, right? So my mom would be like, baby, you can sing, you're good, but you're more like a Usher. Usher's phenomenal. So I was like, oh shit, well, I'm doing my thing, right? And then she said, but you're not a Luther.
And there is a difference.
And there is a difference. Like Luther, a microphone, and him. Like
Luther didn't have to do flips and twirls. If he sat in a chair the whole time.
Exactly.
Fine. But Usher's doing flips, making U's with his
legs. That's a part of who he is.
That's part of the show. Yeah.
And that was me. Like I knew that I wasn't just resting, because not arrested, because Usher's talented, but it couldn't just be a vocality situation. It had to be like I was a performer, and I knew that. And this is why I ultimately went into dancing, which eventually led me to performing arts, which eventually led me to visual arts, which I was already doing kind of sort of both intermittently as I grew up. So
I can't believe I just learned something new about you tonight.
Even though it's so funny how you can know somebody for years. Like we've known each other for years, and this has never came up in conversation. I had to show you pictures. Like we have pictures. And we used to go to these little juke joints in Virginia Beach, and I would sing, and we would. Yeah, it was crazy.
I mean, there's a lot of talent that comes out of Virginia. So when I was at like middle school, high school, Trey Songz. So I grew up in this area, if you guys might know, it's Chesterfield County in Virginia, right outside of Richmond, in between Richmond and Petersburg. And Trey Songz is from Petersburg. And so my church was in Petersburg. I went to a performing arts for piano my freshman year of high school.
Hold on, you can play the piano?
Yeah, I played.
Again, didn't know.
So I played piano for 7 years. Growing up, my parents like forced me to do it, and then I used to like do piano competitions. I won piano competitions. I went to a performing arts high school my freshman year, and then I ended up leaving because I was like, I'm not trying to make piano my whole life. Anyway, I went to a talent show one evening with some friends at Petersburg High School, and Trey was performing because that's the high school like he went to. And he was going by Tremaine Neverson then, which is his real name. I remember him performing like shirtless. I think he might have had a blazer on, like no shoes on, throwing rose petals at the girls. And it's so funny because then it's like couple years later he blew up. But it's so crazy to really see how people, start off doing high school talent shows and now they're celebrities. I think that's really awesome.
It's reflective of I think Pharrell said it best. Something's in the water, like right. Like I always make that joke.
Oh, this man for real.
I'm country, I blame my mama.
I call you for real because you're the truth.
Exactly, he is the truth. Like, and like even with Pharrell, my many encounters with Pharrell, like I look back, like the first time I ever had a conversation with this man was at 17.
Wait, didn't you say you called him?
I did. But this is before I knew he was. I didn't. This is like I had to be like 16. So this is like 1997, 98, maybe. No, I'm lying. More like 99 because I was like close. I was 16 teetering on the 17 around about. So 99. And I literally.
All right, because he's been in the game like a little over, like over 20 years. So.
Yeah, I was singing at the mall, like showing off. Because again, I used to be in a boy group. So me and my boy group, this is my senior year in high school. We had sort of disbanded at this point because I was getting ready to go off to college.
Wait, what were the other two doing?
I don't know what they were doing. At this point, I was like, look, this ain't going nowhere. And my mama said, I can't live in her house and not be in school. So I was like,
you broke the group up because you had to go get a degree.
I was like, so college it is. I was like, so I dipped. I was out. Went off. So I was preparing for college, but I was still singing. I was still singing and dancing in the background. That was who I was always. So I'm at the mall singing, and then this guy who
singing in the storage closet.
I told you I had 2 jobs. So I'm up here at my second job in high school because I was focused. I had a car in high school. This is 90s. Let's be clear. A black man with 2 jobs with a car in high school. I was.
Did you have kids and a wife too? Like,
I thought I did. I had a serious girlfriend at the time, but that didn't work out. But nonetheless,
you thought you were gonna be in a boy group. You were gonna be a star.
I was ready. But oh boy, gave me the number, said, yo, you should really reach out to this guy. His name is Pharrell. And I was like, oh, okay. Mind you, I had no clue. So I had met Pharrell multiple times prior to this because I worked in the mall. Mm-hmm. I used to sell him and Malice and Pusha T like stuff in the mall. And MacArthur Mall had literally just opened around this time frame. I was selling them stuff in the mall all the time. I had no clue who they were because, I knew who they were from music videos, but I didn't know that's who I was calling on the phone. Mm-hmm. So I'm called, and I ring him up or whatever, and I have to say he was the most polite, like not today phone conversation ever. It was very much like I ran down my story like yo da 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 this and the third, and he listened and he was like I appreciate that, but this isn't the normal way we would go about doing business. However, I definitely stay with it, stay committed, and I'm sure things will work out for you. And there was no love lost, and then I hung up.
Oh my gosh, this is such a good story, Darryl. I feel like I learned so much about you today. We've been friends for like 10 years.
Same, Miss Piano. I didn't know you were Alicia Keys.
You know what? And it's so funny. Like, I wish I would have kept up with it because I could be like playing in somebody's church right now, making a little extra side.
Same. I wish I would have kept singing because I feel like
I could have been your piano player for your singing career.
We could have been a group. We could have been a group. We could have been our own, but we just
could have been called Champagne Dream.
Champagne Dream. That could have been our stage name. I'm still here for it. And then I got all the moves still, right? I still teach dance.
I lost my sauce. I lost my my dance moves after college.
Did you? I've been to a few Fashion Week after parties with you. I don't know.
Hey.
Okay. All right. Fine.
No, we don't tell about those things. All right. So look, we've chatted about some good stuff. Mm-hmm. Let's get into our words of the week. So mine is going to be willingness. So I'm choosing willingness because I think we need to be like a little more open-minded, and not we as in us, but just people in general. Like, we're sometimes so stuck on just doing things that are within our job description or that somebody has told us to do. I think we need to be willing and open to like more ideas and more things. So when I think about willingness, I always think about open-mindedness and openness. So being willing to, just experience new things. That's going to be my word for the week.
I love it. And you know what? Again, we never planned this, but it's ironic that your word of the week always coincides with my word of the week. So my word of the week for this week is humility. And I'm going with that because we just talked about all these experiences we had. You and your Alicia Keys days, me and my boy band days. Like, I feel like you had to be humble, especially during that time. This is the early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. And you had to. There was no Instagram. There was no Facebook.
Street teams.
You literally. And even in the midst of doing all of that, you had to be okay with taking on the extra tasks just to ensure that your situation thrived, right? Yeah. So humble, humility. I love that overlap. Humility.
Well, because when you're humble and you have humility, it allows you to be more willing to do other things that are usually in line with your character to get to where you are. So,
yes.
So thanks guys for watching another episode of Champagne Dreams. Hope you enjoy. Make sure you follow us on social media. We'll see you next time.